I was utterly adrift spiritually, emotionally, and mentally. I had no way to figure out why things were happening to me. Religion wasn't working. My mother finally got tired of being called to school because of my behavioral problems and put me back in public school. There, I was labeled as unbalanced, a slow learner, socially retarded, underachiever, antisocial, and a handful of other lovely tags that just did wonders for my self esteem and self worth. Middle school was a nightmare. The taunting and teasing increased. I couldn't make friends because I always knew what others were thinking, what they really thought about each other and me, and who was going to play a nasty joke on someone else. I tried to do the right thing and warn the intended victims of what was coming, but instead I was ostracized as a rat, a troublemaker, and a sneak. My only solace was hiding in the library after a hurried lunch. I rarely participated in class because I knew the answers the teacher wanted, and I was called a cheater and kissed up. I couldn't win, no matter what I did. If I stayed silent, I got in trouble for not participating in class. If I gave wrong answers, I got terrible grades. If I answered correctly, I was tagged as a suck up. Nothing I did was ever right in the eyes of my classmates. And so I withdrew more into myself, became more of the loner, the antisocial girl in the corner. I think my mother was scared of me. I always seemed to know when she was in one of her moods and had been drinking. I would stay away all day and sneak back in after she had fallen asleep to avoid being the scapegoat for whatever had pissed her off that day. I would take the bike my granddaddy bought me for my birthday a few years before he died and go to the swampy areas near the house that hadn't been turned into subdivisions full of tract houses yet. Out there, I was at peace with myself. I couldn't see the little people anymore, but I could sense them and hear them whispering all around me. The fact that I couldn't see them anymore made me happy and sad. I was glad that maybe I was beginning to become like everyone else, but I was sad because I was losing the only friends I had for so long. Listening to the wind soughing through the trees, the small animals rustling in the bushes looking for food, and the cries of the hawks searching for those small animals put me at ease. It calmed my mind and soothed my soul. It gave me a private place, and I had a tree house I built myself, hauling scrap wood I had scavenged from construction sites and nails I stole from my dad's tool chest out there in the swamp alone. I could tune into nature and out of the world, feel at one with the earth, and leave myself and my woes behind for a little while. I would bring my precious books and hide them from my mother, who tended to confiscate them when she felt I was spending too much time reading and not enough time doing her housework. I still do this many years later. Woods, beach, desert, mountain, small park in the middle of a bustling city, doesn't matter. Now I have a tent instead of a treehouse, and my books still come with me. They have always been my steadfast companions. They are the only companions I have been able to count on. My escape from reality was stranger than any fiction I had ever read. Nature grounds me like nothing else, takes me from myself, and brings me back to my base animal for a little while. No matter how far I wander in the wilds, I never get lost. Even in the really wild places with no animal tracks or trails, I could go in and out again without getting turned around. It has always been my solace when my soul and spirit are hurting, my quiet peace in a life fraught with heartache, pain, and loneliness, my spiritual balm, my religious experience, so to speak. I could go out into the wilderness and find the creator of all things in every rock, tree, and animal, in the stars spinning through the sky at night, on the moon, that ball of rock that without it we would not have life on this planet.